Hello YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitch, and welcome to Secure Bahrain for the Bahrain Grand Prix here at the circuit that is a Popeye's biscuit away from being an oval. No, I'm kidding. That's the outside layout. Nah, but this is a high-speed circuit. A lot of fun here tonight. Lots of straightaways, DRS zones, and a nice technical little sector in the middle. This should be a fun little night here. We start the fourth to last race of the season. We have 4 races left this season over the span of 5 weeks, taking that one Sunday for Easter off, and then we are done with this season. Hector comes into today's race with a 10-point lead over Troy. Will Troy be able to reel that gap back in, or is Hector going to begin his quest to clinch his second EWRL Formula 1 championship? We find that out with tonight's session. Many things has just gone fastest, and now Hector is top of the charts. I just saw many things went fastest on the bottom, and then I see many things as fourth. I need to get a stronger windscreen for my mic, because that thing has just fallen over a few times now. That's okay. It's just a windscreen, it's not... Oh, Troy is retired from the session. Is that intentional? Yeah, he did it intentionally, but he's on the course. Troy is retired from the session, 12 minutes left. Gotta do something, but what? How about driver making his first EWRL Formula 1 start? We have Kyler in the Red Bull for tonight. If he can score points tonight, he will then move into a full-time seat, and we'll see what seat that ends up being. But Francis out there, he's about half a second behind Hector. Can he improve? Right now he's on an invalid lap. It's also looking like a cooldown lap anyway. Let's see who we can find. Ben is on a cooldown lap. Let's see. Oh no, Ryan has crashed out in the middle of the straightaway down in sector 2. Oh no, not another Haas crashed at Bahrain. Oh man. Oh man. Oh goodness. What happened? Don't worry about it. Yeah. You see, I would love to do that, but this game gives me 5 red lights before y'all even finish gridding. I just won't know when I get those number of lights. But I would absolutely love to, for sure. A tribute to Murray Walker would be great. There's a racing point round. Jeremy, who's yet to set a time. Actually, he set a 1:29.4. I'd be outpacing Jeremy right now? That is rough. I haven't driven on this game since September. What's your excuse? I haven't driven on a controller in like over a year. And I haven't driven on this game since September. Oh goodness. Oh goodness. And Jonathan Cox going second quickest. A 125, 346. How about Oatmeal O'Neal coming through the second sector? Ben on an out lap along with Freddie, Kyle. And looks like our new entrant is on the track right now in the Red Bull. Kyler trying to see how he measures up against this grid. Potentially 16. At the moment it's 15. We're waiting to see if TK will make it in tonight. Kyler will go 8th quickest on the mediums, by the way. And everybody's either medium or off because it's restricted to medium. Neil goes top of the charts by 8/1000ths of a second. It's time for an oatmeal bowl for dinner. He had it porridge. Yeah, he is in a Mercedes. That's perfect. Oh my goodness. Let's ride on board with Ben as he climbs up the hill off of turn 2. Oh goodness. Come on, Ben, back me up here. Yeah, like there's an Alpha up there. Purple sector, I believe, for Ben. Who's that? Oh yeah. He is. Yeah. Yeah, he's in the Racing Point. Caution on the front straightaway. And here comes Ben with slipstream from Brian to the line. The Alfa Romeo will place 4th quickest. And it is Mercedes Alfa Romeo Racing Point, the top 5. Elijah trending in the green by 0.3 of a second, trying to find his way to the 25s. How about Colton going 9th quickest? Brian actually set the time, he'll go 13th. Up ahead of Jeremy. Brian last ran with us back in, oh goodness, I believe December at Vietnam. It was January 3rd when we last ran, or when he last ran, I'm sorry. Because I have the schedule on my second monitor, that's how I know that. I have the entire spreadsheet on my second monitor. I'm a nerd, it's okay. Here comes Hector with a purple sector 2. Hector's got to find 8/1000ths to beat Neil. Off of the final corner, Hector to the line. No slipstream, all Alfa Romeo power. It's a 1:24.871. I've just opened up the chat, by the way, so if you've sent chat messages before, I have not seen them, but if you say them now, I should see them. I gotta make the Facebook stream public, by the way, and share it all around. But with just over 5 minutes left in qualifying, Hector taking provisional pole once again. Let's see who is on an out lap or a timed lap. This is Colton on a cooldown lap. Freddie, I think Freddie's out on a timed lap. Let's ride on board with the Williams. I am very smart, by the way. I have just left the PlayStation party on my phone by accident. Freddy has invalidated his lap, though, as I rejoined the party. So give me a moment here. Let's see who is out there. Who's giving her? Newcomer. Kyler out on an out lap. And Jeremy. See Jeremy on his timed lap. Jeremy's on an invalid timed lap, so now we only have Kyler to watch. Let's see. Didn't join the voice chat at first, that's alright. So Kyler coming around to start a timed lap. Let's see how he does. Oh my goodness, everybody in the pit lane, who's gonna make it out here first? Yeah, Kyler is the only driver on a timed lap, I believe. How we doing, Dan? Good to see you in the chat, but missed you in the car, man. Where you at? Oh, goodness. Here we go. Out laps. We have Jonathan, Ben, Colton, Freddie, Brian. And Francis has retired from the session, locking in his 25.8. Many things got up to a 126.1. But Kyler, the newcomer, in the Red Bull, on the softs. Working through the end of Sector 2 now. He's gone purple in Sector 2. Just for Paul. Good to hear, Ben. Through the final corner. Newcomer Kyler in the Red Bull. Where will he place? It'll get him 5th. A 125.723 after a purple Sector 2. There's a little bit of hype for that lap. But still top 5, very respectable. Not exactly sure where he was going to end up ranking in anyways. Ben is out on the track now through Sector 1. On outlap, Sector, Neil, Jonathan. Many things. Ben is on a lap, working his way through the middle sector now. Oh no! Jonathan's went round in the first portion of corners, and I don't think he's gonna have enough time to make it back round. So Jonathan will not start from the pole. Neil has started a timed lap. Hector working his way through the final corners now. Ben out there as well. This is short. I was questioning that. Ben will stay 4th for now. We only do full quali if we have 16 or more. Sorry, I guess I should have clarified that, but yeah, if we have 16, it's all right, man. Still starting up there though. Let's see. Ooh. Oh, many things has invalidated his lap time. He will not be any better than 7. Colton to the line. Colton will stay. He will improve, but he'll stay 9th. Oh, off the final corner. Neil to the line. It's going to be an imported lap. It's all Hector now. What will his lap time be? He's pretty much on the pole. And Hector to the pit lane. And that is going to be it for qualifying. Ben will head into the pit lane. And that's going to do it for qualifying. It'll be Hector, Oatmeal, Neil, Jonathan, Ben, and Kyler, the top 5. Francis, Many Things, Troy, Colton, and Freddie, the top 10. Give him a scenario. Give him a scenario where they want Hector. Yeah, that's pretty much what they're saying, man. Yeah, man, rain in the desert. Who would have thunk it? It will be 15 drivers for tonight's race. Tonight's 27 lapped event, or is it 28? No. Well, shit, maybe. Somewhere in the high 20s is a lap count tonight. But before we go on this Grand Prix race length that I am not exactly sure off the top of my head at, we're going to go on the all-important formation lap to add just another one of these laps that we will be setting up for the Bahrain Grand Prix here in Sakir. Fun night tonight with 15 drivers on deck, one of the largest fields in a while. We was expecting Markle and TK to maybe make it a 17-car grid, but 15 will do. Dan could have been 18th, but he's sitting watching in the YouTube chat. And let's have a good night tonight. That's all right. Appreciate the support nonetheless. He could have easily just not showed up at all. So I appreciate it. And Dan also is rooting for Alpha. So rooting for brother Ben and Hector. It is a 29 lap event. And the Family Guy meme. It's 29. Yeah, it's 27 to 28. Neither. All right. Oh, wow. I forgot about it. Let's go through our Bahrain Grand Prix EWRL Formula 1 Season 5 starting lineup here. Row number 1, it'll be the point leader, Alfa Romeo driver Hector, looking to get to his second championship in the coming weeks. Alongside of him will be Mercedes driver and newly found nickname for Neil, Oatmeal, coming to start up alongside of the front row. A nice little motivation boost. Hell, we're not. I'm saying this with love, man. I love this guy. Row number 2, we'll find Mercedes driver Jonathan. Alongside of him, it'll be our Season 3 champion, Ben, in the other Alfa Romeo. Row number 3, we'll find a Red Bull driver and newcomer to the EWRL F1 Championship. It will be Kyler in that Red Bull, trying to make some impressions and score some points to get a full-time ride next week. He'll be starting alongside Francis in 6th in that Racing Point. Row number 4, we'll find the Alpha Tori of Many Things alongside second place driver in points, Troy, the chaser, now 10 points back of Hector. He's got a lot of work to do. He's going to chase that point lead down. Row number 5, we'll find Haas driver Colton. Alongside of him, Williams driver Freddie. Row number 6, we'll find Ryan making his return back in that Haas, and alongside of him will be the driver who's disqualified himself from the formation lap in the Renault, Kyle. row number 7 will find, making his return to EWRL F1 competition, Brian. After a couple months hiatus here, he's back in the McLaren. Alongside of him will be Racing Point driver Jeremy, and starting at the back of the field on hards, by the way, driver in the Red Bull, it'll be Charles. And it is time to bring the action. We've got 5 red lights, and it is lights out, go, 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 and that actually got the correct light count. And there's a Renault stopped on the front straightaway. Caution in sector 3, he will be disqualified if he doesn't get going here. Yeah, he has been disqualified for being parked in a dangerous location. But as we rock on to turn number 3, Hector, Neil, Jonathan, Ben, the top 4. Double wide back here, Troy, Manythings going at it. Caution in sector 3 for the stricken Renault. Manythings slides through sector 2. He's just going to go ahead and cut a corner. And almost contact between the Ferrari and the AlphaTauri. As the things get spicy, hot, and heavy at the back of the field as well. Brian, Ryan, Charles, and Jeremy going at it for last. Back up front, Hector leading the crowd through the exit of Sector 2, purple Sector 2, for him to start off here. He's got Neil not too far behind. Neil trying to get his first career EWRL F1 victory, and I was wondering what happened to you, Kyle. Yeah. That's the spirit. We got moves going on back here, and the grid is all sorts of messed up right now, so we'll let the results play out, or I'm sorry, the standings play out for a lap. But right now it is still Hector, Neil, Jonathan, Ben, and I believe Kyler is still holding station in 5th, with Francis in 6th. And Jeremy has had a spin off of turn number 3. I'm sorry, turn number 2. He has found the Pirelli tire barrier on the left-hand side of the road. After 6th place Francis, we find Troy, who has broken away from the rest of the grid. Troy down in 7th, and is that Colton, who's made his way up to the 8th position ahead of AlphaTauri driver Manythings 9th, and Freddie still sits in 10th. We find our way back here. We have Brian leading Charles and Ryan outside of the points, but stuff can fall into their laps as the race goes on. And it looks like the standings have corrected themselves. Oh, and Brian's gone round in turn number 12. Hector goes fastest with 129.417. And the battle amongst the Mercedes drivers. Jonathan trying to set it up the inside of Neil. So Jonathan Cox up to second, 1.3 seconds, 1.2 seconds behind Hector as they work their way through the hairpin in the beginning of Sector 2 now. Through 5 and 6, the twisting and turning downhill run. So this is very tight and technical section. It is a 5-second penalty for Jeremy for speeding into the pit lane. Speeding, man. Also, Ben has not lost any touch with the top, well, with second, third. He's hanging tough with the Mercedes boys. Hector already up to a 1.5 seconds out in front of these Mercedes boys. Deep in the pack, Francis starting to close the gap on Kyler. Caution sector 3, Brian's gone round again. He'll get going this time. And he'll try to find grip in those mediums. Francis has gotten by Kyler for the 5th position down. Francis looking to keep touch with the Mercedes duo and the Alfa Romeo Ben up ahead. A little bit of conspiracies going on back here with the AlphaTauri and the Red Bull. Watch and see how this plays out. I'm thinking this ends more badly than it does good for either of these drivers. We'll see what happens. Since Many Things is the one calling this shot. Colton doing his own. Pulling away from everybody behind and holding station in 8th. Also, Colton, not to discredit anything, he's also the highest driver. I'm sorry, never mind. That's Troy on the mediums. I was gonna say Colton is the highest driver on mediums. He's on the softs though. We're trying to see if we can do anything to catch Troy in 7th. Charles has gone by for 9th on Many Things, and we'll see what this big strategy is for Many Things. Up front, the gaps have widened. Hector nearly out to a 2-second advantage over Jonathan. Neil about half a second behind Jonathan, and Ben a second behind Neil. I think that a second apiece between Neil, Jonathan, and Ben. Also, Francis joined the fray, also about a second back. Oh. 2nd through 5th, all about equidistant from one another, and then another 1.5 back we'll find Kyler, who's holding station in the 6th position. Three-second time penalty for the McLaren driver of Brian. Looks like an infraction up in turn number 11 or 12. So Neil trying to keep in touch with Jonathan. 0.6 of a second, that gap. Okay, 0.5 of a second. He'll close up here with the slipstream as well on this backside of the course. He should anyway. So Neil with the slipstream and the DRS able to close up to 0.3 of a second, but alas, we'll have to wait another lap. Ben quickly being caught by Francis here, though. Francis trying to keep his streak alive of podiums pretty much from when he's entered the series. He has not finished any worse than third, and before last week at France it was not any worse than second. In his 7 starts, it's now been no finish worse than third in the first 6, less than second. So he's got a little bit of work to do if he's going to stay on the podium. He's got to pass Ben and then catch and pass at least one of the Mercedes boys. Slipstream, DRS, the dive, turn 11, and around the outside, Ben will prevail, turn 12 now. Francis is gonna fall back here and see what he can do on the front stretch. And Francis is heading the pit lane along with Jonathan Cox. Colton into the pit lane as well. Another 3-second time penalty for Brian. It parked up. So we see another round of stops this time around. Neither of the Alfa Romeo boys have made their stop yet. So we expect at least one in, and the other Mercedes should be in soon as well. Neither the Alfa or the Mercedes. Here comes race leader Hector and the other Mercedes driver of Neil into the pit lane. So I assume Ben stays out and takes over the race lead. Yes, he does, right on cue. Troy will stay out on his mediums. No? Oh, and the racing point of Jeremy has gone round. Oh, we gotta announce everything on track, man. There's not a lot happening. We got a little bit of train on the first sector of the course, though, so found something. A racing point. Francis. Please no. Sitting behind the Haas driver of Ryan. Anything trying to fend off Neil. Neil's gonna have to sit. And Francis is on fresh softs. Francis. Race leader Ben is into the pit lane. Gives the lead up to Troy, and then Charles will be taking over in second on his hards. Yeah, I don't quite know what strategy Francis is going with. At this point, it's got to be a 2-stop, and it's probably mediums at the end, but don't really get it. Neil gets by Ryan and is now up to 6th. We still await pit stops from Troy and Charles, but they are on different strategies. So when they pit, who knows? We will wait and see. Ryan holding station in 7th on his mediums. Many things still out there on 9-lap-old softs for God knows what reason. In the 8th position, Ben catching up on his fresh mediums. Oh my goodness! Ben almost eats some AlphaTauri gearbox right there into turn number 8. And Many Things wants to send it back and makes contact with Ben in 10. I watched it all. Oh, and up the middle! Here comes Kyler! Oh, goodness! Right, the Red Bull ruined your tires. Totally not slipping and sliding on your own into turn 10. That was all the Red Bull's fault, correct. Francis goes fastest with a 129, 127. Expected, as he's the only driver on fresh softs. Yeah. Looks like there's no damage on that Alfa Romeo, so it looks like all is well, but still questioning the maneuver. Many Things said Bahrain Part 2. That send back in turn number 10. Bahrain Part 2. Last season, Many Things had a few incidents. Had really a roller coaster of a race in more ways than one. He even had the lead at one point. But following all his actions at last season's Bahrain Grand Prix, he served a one race. Actually, that was a quali ban that week. The next time was a race suspension, I believe. Oh, is he gonna go Bahrain Part 2? Another puncture for Many Things potentially? Is he gonna make it 2 seasons in a row? Three-second time penalty for multiple warnings for the Haas driver of Colton. Anything stays out another lap. We'll wait for the tire to blow. Who's next? Oh, he just make a complete stop. Oh man. Oh man, oh man. Into the pit lane goes Brian on the mediums. Rolling chicane down at Racing Point. You want DRS? What? Into the pit lane goes Troy, fitting a set of hards. And Charles was going to take over the race lead. He probably did for a second, but Hector will get to the race lead. And a 5-second speed time penalty for Many Things speeding into the pit lane. Come on, Many Things. Can't stop focusing when you have pit entry, man. So Many Things is a one-stop strat. Will include a 5-second penalty at one point or another. Here in the battle for second, though. Francis fresh softs on Charles. He goes up to second. He's catching Hector, 4 of a race lead, but he's going to have to make another stop. Francis will. And Charles will make another stop as well. Oh my goodness, Jeremy's gone round in turn 12 right in front of Troy. Oh, and a Haas is coming by! Oh my goodness! Second time penalty. Exceeding track limits. Oh my goodness. Francis, by the way, is taking over the race lead, and he's gonna build up as large of a gap as he can on these softs. Yeah, I wasn't entirely sure what many things was trying to do. The fine worked out. And here comes Jonathan on Charles. Oh, fresh mediums, the old hards. I don't know. The only person I know who's gonna box is Francis. Jeremy's retired from the session from the menu. You do a Romain Grosjean in single player. Well, the leaders are as tight as they're gonna be all race. Francis now opened up 7/10 of a second on Hector, and Hector's only got 1.2 on Jonathan and 7/10 on Charles, with 3 different strategies going on up here. Well, 4 really, all 4 drivers on different strategies. We'll see which one prevails. I can only see many things getting as high as 9th, and that's without the penalty. I don't know where many things is going to end up placing here. What's going on, Kevin? Spinala. So Francis opens up to an 8/10 of a second advantage on his 7-lap-old softs. Again, he's going to have to pit again. Hector looking to go to the end. Oh, is that winglet? Somebody just hit up, or some dirt that kicked up off the racing surface. But Hector starting to close up 6/10 of a second and gaining with the slipstream and the DRS. Actually, I don't believe that back wing was open. I didn't check, though. Hector now 5/10 of a second on Francis on his 6-lap-old hards. Is he coming back? Are these softs falling off the cliff? And when does Francis come in to pit for mediums? The lapped vehicle of the McLaren, the Brian, is up the road. here we go. Hector closing up, and Francis is pitting right there. Risky maneuver for Hector to get the slipstream, but he did. Jonathan up to second. Charles is still out here on his 16-lap-old hards. Is he just going hards to softs? I guess that's gonna be the plan here. Two seconds back, we'll find Neil on his 7-lap-old hards, Ben on his 6-lap-old, I'm sorry, mediums, Ben on his 6-lap-old mediums, and Kyler in his first start, 7-lap-old mediums, quickly being caught by Troy on fresh hards. And I have to say, I know Hector is, you know, has really got some raw pace, but a lot of this season's results and the points being closed up from when Troy had his point lead, a lot of them could come from questionable strategy calls Troy has made this season. And again, I'm not completely following, and again, this is why I'm in the booth and I'm not a driver, but I feel like the points battle this season could still be pretty tight with a couple different strategy calls each race. Next is Azerbaijan, followed by Singapore and Brazil to close out the season. Azerbaijan will take the Sunday off for Easter following that one. Then 2-week stretch in April to wrap up the season. Singapore and Brazil, two very beautiful circuits in their own right. You have a good one, man. 1.6 seconds the advantage out in front for Hector. 7 tenths, or 1.7 seconds now. And the hards are starting to equalize with the mediums, or is this just Hector's pace over Jonathan up to 1.6? The slipstream helping a little bit, but I'd say the slipstream is almost not a factor at that gap. Charles is still out here. This is definitely a hard to soft if I've ever seen it, man. This is something. I guess this is just the inverse strategy of what Hector's doing, but Charles started from the back of the grid. Oh goodness, what has many things done now? Many things continues to lock up his tires as well, not helping his case to take these mediums to the end. 3-second time penalty for the McLaren driver of Brian. We check in on Ryan holding the final spot in the points in his return in the Haas. How is he doing on his 2-lap-old softs? I'm assuming he's taking these to the end, or we'll see. So 10 laps remaining in the Bahrain Grand Prix. And Charles, the strategy, these hards, what are they gonna go to? It's somewhere around here. That's the sweet spot, the end of the tire life on softs to the end of the race. Is it gonna be here with 10 laps to go? 10 laps on soft tires, brand new soft tires, but 10 laps on soft tires at Bahrain. Charles is coming in to throw him on. Neil's into the pit lane. A fresh set of mediums for Neil to the end. So now Charles is going to have to push on these softs, but not push too much to where he is dead at the end of 10 laps. So he's got about 7 seconds to even make up for his next position, who's on fresh mediums. So the likelihood of him getting 6th easily. There's a McLaren spun round in the second sector. That is Brian. Going to work his way back onto the circuit, and he's slipping and sliding. Looks like also there. The battle for 5th continues here. Kyler, 10-lap-old mediums to Francis's fresh mediums. Kyler just went straight off the track, letting him buy down in turn 10. So Francis back into the 5th position, and Charles is going to have to do some work now. 6 seconds. Francis is in danger of having his worst finish on the season. Around the lapped McLaren goes Francis. Into the pit lane goes Kyler. Charles will go by for 6th. Fresh softs on the Red Bull driver, trying to score his first points on the season. Many things in Ryan going at it up the hill to turn 12. That is Colton. Correct. Ryan is up in 9th. Colton on fresh mediums. Oh! Almost contact between the two. Oh, into the back of the Haas. That would do more damage than many things than Colton anyway. The fans, the slingshot, pulling this out, the slingshot. Many things try. They almost came together like 3 times on the front straightaway. Many things with the preferred line in turn 1. He'll take the spot once again, but hold on to it for how long? Colton right back against the left side. 1 point is up for grabs. And Colton should really shine here with his fresh mediums through this very tight and technical sector. But he'll go wide in turn 8. They'll come back together again here in turn 9. Don't make contact there. Many things trying to hold on in the braking zone, but he's prone to lockups. Fastest lap for Charles, a 1:28.8. Here we go again. Many things around the right side now, and clears Colton once again for 10th. Up the hill once again, double wide. Colton around the outside, trying to see what he can do. Can he get the crossover out of turn 13? The defense! This is great! What are they doing? Almost contact. Freddie goes by for 10th! What happened there? It was that DRS detection, and they both stopped, and Freddie went right on by and took both of them. What in the world is happening? And now they both have work to do if they're going to get 1 point. And running wide is Colton. Many things trying to keep touch with him down through the S's. This isn't even a battle for points anymore. Locking up as many things up the inside and 8. Almost contact. No grip in the rear end of the Haas. Nearly pushing into the corner. Ben hits the pit lane. Almost coming together at the end of the straight. Turn 11. Very treacherous for the Haas and the AlphaTauri up the hill once again. Oh my goodness, this is great stuff, but they're just letting Freddie run away with the point. They might have to set aside their differences and work together on the front straightaway. If many things could get the power down. Oh my goodness! Many things will pull out to the right side, clear cold once again, but it is 1.1 seconds in the lockup for many things. Wouldn't the guy with fresher mediums be the better tow truck? One second to gap now. DRS detection is just at the end of this little short shoot. Fastest lap for Charles, a 128.843. Did they get the DRS detection? No, I don't think they did. Meanwhile, up front, Francis is up in fourth, 1.2 back of Troy. "15 laps on these mediums for Jonathan." Slipstreaming DRS for many things on the front straightaway. Is he going to be able to send it into one? Not close enough. He's going to send it around the outside. Is he going to make the corner? No, he goes straight off. Freddie back by for 10th. Freddie knew exactly what was going to happen. He just pulled over and let many things go straight. (128.561), the fastest lap for Charles. See, Ben is coming around on a fast lap, I was about to say. And Ben with a 127.479 on his fresh softs. And this battle for 10th is gonna get even hotter now. Now there's 2 points playing positions up for grabs. Many things locks up as he gets back by the Williams of Freddie. And Jonathan into the pit lane from second. This is going to give second to Troy, but for how long? Francis is there on the gearbox. 4 laps remaining here in Bahrain. Francis with the send into turn 1. Will he make the corner? 3-second time penalty for Freddie. The crossover. Troy, can he get the power down? No ERS left on that Ferrari. Hey, you're welcome. Save the ERS next time. But it looks like Francis is just going to drive away from Troy here. There's not a whole lot he can do. DRS is last time around. If he can even stay within a second, he will. 0.8 of a second at the ERS detection. Well, if you thought Troy was low on DRS, Charles is even lower. Ferrari, that just means it's gonna be harder. Oh, goodness. Neil down in 5th. Jonathan Cox out in 6th with 3 laps to go, but purple sector 2. Jonathan's going to go for fastest lap, and can he still snag a top 5? He's going to try. Ben down in 7th. Kyler in 8th. Many Things holds station in 9th. Colton over Freddie in 10th. Ryan 12th. Brian 13th. Jeremy's out of here. Kyle never started. Two and a half laps to go for Hector. Trying to get his 6th victory in a row. If he can complete the task at hand today. Looking for win number 11 this season. In his trek, as he gets closer and closer to clinching the Extreme World Racing League Formula 1 Season 5 title. With 3 races and 2 laps left in the season, Hector out in front. 17 lap old hards with an 11-second advantage over Francis. Troy getting caught by Charles. One second, he was not close enough for DRS yet with 2 laps to go. Jonathan on Neil, the slipstream, the DRS, the ERS. Down the inside, will Jonathan make the corner? They both go wide. They both barely made it. And Jonathan, by the way, ran a 127.594. Jonathan did not get fastest lap there. And he had a compromised turn 1 this lap. So will Jonathan even have this chance to take fastest lap all over the road in Sector 2? Ryan and Freddie going at it for 11th. And Colton's right up ahead of him. Charles 6/10 of a second behind Troy. And he's going to have DRS this final lap. Ryan and Colton going at it for 10th. Ryan holds 10th for now in turn 1. 2 laps to go in that battle. But Hector will start the final lap here in Sakir. Second and a half. Brian has retired from the session off of turn number 10. The Haas driver is still going at it. Wow. The battle for third still heating up. 1 DRS zone to go. Can Troy fend off Charles? 3/10 of a second. 2. Is he gonna send it? The send! He can't get down there. He's got one last shot if he can get off of turn number 13. But coming down the front straightaway for the 11th time this season, Hector will win the Bahrain Grand Prix. Francis will go back to his podium ways. Troy drag racing to the line. Charles will get third. Troy will go fourth. Did he run out of gas as Jonathan goes fifth and into the back of the Ferrari? Neil 6th. Ben will come home 7th. Did Troy run out of gas? Kyler, in his first start, will come home in 8th. And down the straightaway for the final time. Many things, an abysmal 9th. I don't know how he got points. Ryan will come home 10th. Oh, and a 5-second penalty. Is he going to get points? He did. Barely. By 3 seconds he got points. Ryan gets 9th. Many things 10th. Colton 11th. Freddie in 12th. And this would be Charles, driver of the day. From last to the podium. What a finish, and Troy using all the fuel in that car, all the ERS, everything on that car to defend. And it was too little too late. Charles out of nowhere takes 3rd, Francis 2nd, and Hector with his 11th win on the season. But also, more importantly, Hector takes over the lead in the EWRL F1 all-time wins list with his 24th Extreme World Racing League Formula 1 victory in just 2 seasons. He's gone from not being on the list to the top of the list. 6th win in a row. So much to debrief, but first, we'll get into this party. We'll get the inverse podium interviews going in just a moment. See if we can get in here. Wow. And like Hector said on that final lap, not a single safety car. Which, yeah, huge contrast to last season's race.
Wait, what?
Alrighty. So let's go through our inverse podium here. Charles, last to 3rd. How'd you do it?
Just I guess a good strategy. Good kind of Red Bull co-driver with Elijah. So yeah, I'm lost for words. You know, this was a good race. You know, I did all the overtakes I needed to do, and yeah, it was just a really good drive, and yeah, I'm really happy. Yeah, lost for words really. 3 podiums in a row, you know, form's turning around. So yeah.
Right on. That final stop, well, the only stop you made, you went 19 laps on the hards. You pitted with 10 laps to go for the softs. How'd they feel after 10 laps? And then going from 7th to 3rd, did you think you were going to get Troy at the end?
I did actually think I was going to get him. Not to sound like cocky or anything, I just should have saved a bit more ERS, but yeah, I just knew that. Yeah, I just knew that I was going to get him. I was on the faster tyre, and yeah, I had really good momentum with me, and I just knew that I was going to get it. But you know, all fairness to Troy, he's turning up every week and doing a good job. So,
right, you still did get him, but he did run out of gas.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, fortune favors the brave. You know.
For sure. That was something. You went into today's race retiring from qualifying. Was that just to ensure you had fresh softs?
Mm, no, not really. I didn't want to do any laps because in the old game 2019 you could do your qualifying on hards, and I know around here the hard is pretty much the best tire. So I felt really comfortable on those hards. I was still setting green sort of laps when I was like 90 laps like in with them. So the pace was really good on those tires. I really liked them, and yeah, putting on those fresh softs at the end was just a nice bonus. For all my hard work that I done on the first stint. So, yeah, good result for the team again, and yeah, well on Baku.
Absolutely played the race like a fiddle. Again, from last to the podium. Now, we have Azerbaijan. How do you feel about it?
Again, I didn't really practice that much for this event, but I might do a little bit of practice there. I sort of have an idea of the strategy. Yeah, so we'll just wait and see, and hopefully I'll be back in here again. That's always the bonus.
For sure. Well, congratulations once again, last to third. I really wasn't sure how that strategy was going to play out, but it played out beautifully. Go for it.
Yeah, I was umming and ahhing really myself. I thought maybe I go medium or maybe I go soft, but yeah, the hards were a lot better than the AI. Like the game wants you to elect for the medium tire because it wants you to do a double soft, but the hards were spectacular on this track. So yeah.
Right on. Well, once again, congratulations and best of luck to you next Sunday night at Azerbaijan.
Yeah, thank you.
And we're going to meet the man who has yet to finish off the podium in his EWRL F1 career. 8 starts, 8 podiums, Francis, and 7 of those no worse than second. How does that feel?
You mean no worse than third?
well, 7 of the 8 no worse than second. You had third at
yeah,
France.
okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
fair enough.
Just trying to make it sound better. But how does that feel again? Just straight podiums. And I know I don't know if the entire field is at this par, but I know for sure there's a good 7 to 8, even 9 drivers that are competitive week in and week out for, up front, for at least a podium, to be considered for a podium. And you're always somehow there on the podium. How does that feel? How do you get it done?
I mean, I have it a decent setup, but for the case of like Bahrain, I actually did 2 qualifying laps. I thought it was many qualifying sessions, but it was just 1.
Yeah.
So in reality, I started with 4 laps old because the in lap and out lap as well, right? And then a formation, so actually make it 5. So that's why I couldn't make the 1 stop work. And it feels pretty good to always be on the podium. Never gets old.
For sure, I guess that gives the insight, because like I said in the middle race, I wasn't sure, but that does make sense. You did a couple laps and then you still have to use those softs for the race. I mean, if you treated it as just short qualifying, would you have had the opportunity to get 11 seconds on Hector, or was second just the best you can get anyway?
That was the best I could get anyways. But I mean, I would have definitely been closer, like I would say like 6 or 7 seconds. But that's the reality of things sometimes. So I did a 2-stop, so soft, so then it would trigger everyone to do a 2-stop, hopefully, seeing like, oh boy, he's doing a second faster than me. So I guess it did work at the end, but yeah, we keep on pushing.
Right. All right. So you missed Coda. There was a little point in the schedule where you were taking a week off and coming back. I don't know if that's still a thing for you. So I don't know if you're going to run next week at Azerbaijan, but if you do, how do you feel about it? And what's the likelihood of a 9th podium?
Top 3 is the goal, and I think it's very likely I have a good car underneath me, so that racing point is pretty good, just overall, so we'll see.
Right on. Well, congratulations again on a hard-fought second-place finish. Wasn't even sure if it was going to play onto your favor, and I think, like you said, you kind of dragged the others to pit, and you got yourself to second. Congratulations on that. 8th podium in 8 starts, and 7 top 2s out of 8 starts. That is absolutely insane. Best luck to you next week at Baku.
Thank you.
And now, man, this has been your goal, man, to get that 24th win. 11 on the season, 6 in a row, but 24 wins on the all-time wins list, Hector. How does that feel?
It feels good. Hopefully I can knock out the next couple of races and get to second on the all-time wins list.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if a 68 wins is gonna happen, but second does seem pretty
a good
likely.
couple of seasons. I don't know if I'm signed up for that long.
Oh man, but nonetheless, about the race, it was pretty much point to point for you. I know you only lost the lead on pit cycle, but I guess for you in that pit cycle, you were in the heart of cars. You know, you were around 3 other cars at the heart of the pit cycle. How was that? Were you worried at any point, or
No.
Okay.
No, not worried at all. I knew that everybody was on a different strategy and I was playing out mine, so just keep it consistent, keep it clean, not do anything stupid, and yeah, keep it together.
So I know you were here last season for Bahrain last season, and you mentioned it. The stream didn't hear, but you mentioned it in driver's chat. You know that this race ran safety car free, as opposed to what happened last season. Were you surprised that it went safety car free? And
Yes.
especially.
But then again, there's a good amount of field spread, so I was gonna be surprised if one came out. Then it had to been like somebody just straight into the barrier. But yeah.
Right. So again, I'll ask everybody else, but Baku next week is win 25 at Azerbaijan.
We'll see.
I'll be back.
Next Rawith Seek, so to speak.
Well, how do you feel about the circuit? You know, very tight and technical, but very straightforward. A lot of 9-degree corners. Yeah, how do you feel about it?
So I would say it's not bad. Back on my F1 2017-18 controller days, I was actually pretty much up there with the top guys and within my group. So it was good for me on controller, and it's not treated me bad on the wheel. So I don't know. I guess something with me and Baku seemed to click, irrespective of the input. So I just seemed to manage to get Baku right in the middle sector and get good traction compared to my controller brethren. So
I just recalled what happened last season at Baku. Oh goodness, you had
Malenko on many things.
no. Well, that I completely forgot about that. Yeah, Malenko disposed of many things. He was not having whatever many things was serving that night. But
Facts.
but no, you had a whole stop cut out of the race. Nobody else, I guess, was even close to your strategy. You had 30 seconds on the field. Do you think that happens again, you know, on 2020? Or do you think people are going to, you know, catch on to the strat? Is the strat even different or what?
I don't know. I think what happened last season was Pillars was like thereabouts, but then he made like some mistake and he lost wing or something happened to where the gap just ballooned, especially after one of the safety cars or the virtual safety car we had. So I knew that was a part of the reason why he was so far behind. So
fair enough. Well, I guess we'll just have to wait a week and see how it all plays out. Also, 3 races to go. Do the math real quick. And that. You're at a 23 point lead over Troy at the top of the standings. That's basically a full race, you know, minus 3 points. 3 races left. How do you feel about maintaining this?
just keep being steady.
Fair
Chip
enough.
away and that's it. Finish the race and call it a day.
Right. Well, congratulations again on the 11th win on the season, 6 in a row, 24 wins on the all-time wins list, top of the EWRL F1 all-time wins list, and breaking the tie you have. I think, what are you, 4th now or 3rd? Yeah, 4th. You're 4th. But yeah, congratulations to you on all that. Best luck to you next week at Azerbaijan. And yeah.
Thank you.
Well, that's gonna do it. Okay. I was gonna say, I don't know what's happening. I had the music playing and it wasn't playing. But that's gonna do it. That's gonna conclude our coverage this evening of the Extreme World Racing League Formula 1 Season 5 Bahrain Grand Prix from Sakir. Again, 29 laps of, I don't know, it got a little stale on the first stint, but when the strategies intermingled, man, was that fun to see the different strats going at it, and the battles were not even a point, and then the battles up front, the chasing downs, and how it all shut down. I don't know how half of the people who finished where they are, and I can only expect Azerbaijan next week, the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, to be about the same. Pretty tight. We could expect the safety car there. I think a little bit more likely than tonight. But yeah, Hector waxed the field last season on strategy. We'll see if people go back and watch and figure out what he did that they didn't do. And yeah, should be a fun night next Sunday night. 3 races left on the season, and you're not gonna want to miss it. 23 points is the gap. We'll see if that stays the same next Sunday night. 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 10:30 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. Actually, is it 11 or is it 9 now? It's 11. Is it even? Did it even change? Is it still 10:30? I gotta do the conversion. But nonetheless, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Not gonna want to miss it. Sunday, March 28th, Azerbaijan. Be there.